Hi, everyone. Good evening, and thank you so much, as always, for tuning in and spending a little time with us. This time on Thursday, the 26th, and on a day where the showers came early in small fashion. They're going to pick up tonight, as you more than likely are very well aware of. The sun just beforehand, after burning through the clouds, not necessarily a good thing. We're talking about some gusty winds, some significant lightning, and some showers and thunderstorms, all a part of our forecast and our immediate forecast and conditions. We'll talk about that, and we'll still take a look on down the line towards your Memorial Day weekend. I can't help but think of the analogy, if you will, of biting off more than you can chew in regards to the news that we have that will not fit into tonight's program. Still much to edit, much to do, but we will, however, take you to the Johnson County Sheriff's Department. It is hard to watch. I got to be honest. It is very intense and very hard to watch as a father literally throws his daughter in between himself and an officer pointing a taser at him for just cause, certainly. And we'll take a look at that video and find out the latest on that wanted persons case out of Johnson County. And for all you drag racers out there, fans of the sport, Saturday is going to be a big day. It's a part of a really big organized championship series they have put into play. And this weekend is test and tune time, but there's also some money to be won. A brief portion of that story tonight, with much more to come on tomorrow night's program, and a host of other news and information, and district tournament highlights. Only a few this evening. I'll explain more in just a few moments. We'll talk about who is going on in the region. Well, we know both teams were, but who will do so as your 57th district champion. All that and more in just a few moments. A couple of announcements real quickly. I just have this in and not on the calendar. The McGoffin County Courthouse, the Recycling Center, and the County Road Department will be closed this coming Monday in observance of Memorial Day. They say that they want everyone to have a happy and safe holiday weekend. There will, however, be a McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting. This regular call meeting is set for 5 o'clock tomorrow. We'll have a camera there. I don't suspect that we'll have a report on tomorrow night's program, but we'll wait and see. But definitely one forthcoming thereafter. Well, there was a recanvass statewide, as you very well are aware of, I am sure, at the request of Bernie Sanders' camp, and it showed minimal changes in the tally, but no change in the overall outcome. The race, the really close race between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, still stands as the same as the Kentucky Board of Elections recanvassed the statewide totals earlier today. The results did show a change, 13 votes actually different. Clinton now going down as winning by 1,911 instead of 1,924. The votes showed that there were 212,534 votes for Clinton and 210,623 for Bernie Sanders. Grimes says that the difference of that 13 votes came about due to provisional votes and a discrepancy in absentee ballot totals, but had no effect on the outcome of the race here in Kentucky. I'll take you to Johnson County and the Sheriff's Department, literally inside, right after these messages, and we'll take a look at some really frightening video as a man put his daughter in danger and then escaped with her in a vehicle and is still yet to be found. Stay tuned. For high-speed internet starting at 15 meg for all of your gaming, movie, home, and business solutions, or to watch TV, including your favorite local channels without a contract, with hundreds of channels and digital and HD quality, and to stay connected 24/7 with friends and family, a direct line to 911, or to give your business the link it needs, choose telephone service you know is always there. Just click on their link on this site to find out how affordable the latest technology in communications can be. Foothills Communications. Now it's to the Johnson County Sheriff's Department for the following video, which I want to warn you is intense, and it's quite hard to watch, to be perfectly honest at times, especially during the pivotal moment that you're about to see, which is also accompanied by some. But you're about to see a self-proclaimed #1 dad, if you'll notice the t-shirt that he is wearing, as he literally puts his daughter between himself and a Johnson County Sheriff's deputy armed with a taser who is trying to get the dad to surrender peacefully. Sheriff Dwayne Price told me earlier today, prior to this interview that you're about to see, that it actually goes back before yesterday afternoon when all of this transpired. He said Jonathan Morrow had made his way into the Sheriff's Department asking Price to help him with an EPO against his wife. Morrow claiming that his wife, he thought, was about to kill him. Price put Morrow in touch with the victim's advocate. They prepared the EPO based on his allegations about his wife and took it to Judge Holbrook to sign. Price says that the judge had some questions about why the wife was in Columbus and not here in the Johnson County or Eastern Kentucky area, and some other issues that he wanted clarification on. Morrow said that he was under the understanding that his wife had met someone on the internet and ran off to meet him. And then this is what happened when Morrow came back to the sheriff's department a second time yesterday afternoon with one of his children, a daughter, while Deputy Danny Martin and his staff were inside the sheriff's office. It was certainly a much calmer scene today than it was yesterday evening.
Nobody at this point had run his information. So Deputy Martin had asked him for a social security number, and he'd give him like 2 or 3 different numbers. He'd switched a few numbers up, and we're thinking he did this because he knew he was wanted in Tennessee. So what Deputy Martin did is he went to the back, contacted our victim's advocate. He got the correct social security number. He ran it through dispatch. Dispatch informed him he was actually wanted in Tennessee. I don't know what part, but it was for manufacturing and trafficking type charges. So Danny come back out and pretty much, told the guy that, he checked some more identifiers and told him that, are you aware you have warrants on you in Tennessee? And the guy kind of acted shocked, like, oh, no, not me. But if you watch the video, at about this time, you can see him move his girl and get in her position. I took it he was getting ready to make a quick exit. So what he did is, if you watch the video, you'll see that he uses his girl as a shield to keep from getting tased. He actually puts her, right up between he and the deputy. When they got outside, according to Deputy Martin, he was able to get a shot off with the taser. I guess the guy went down momentarily, pulled the leads out, and got back up and started, if you will, fighting to get toward his car or get closer to his car. At this point, there was actually, I was on the phone with a state police detective. I had left some paperwork for him, and I was on the phone with him while just before all this got started. When the detective got to his car, I heard our deputy hollering kind of frantic on the radio, and I asked the detective, "Are you still at the office?" He said, "I'm in the car in the front of the office getting ready to pull out." And I said, "Well, look back and see what's going on if you don't care." And he said, he looked back and he said, "Oh my, hold on a minute." So he threw the phone down, and what he did is, the detective, it was Dials, he told me that when he looked back, he saw the deputy on the ground, or on the pavement. He saw a little girl circling the car, trying to get in with her father. And when the little girl did get in, he thought, well, there's something up, so he hit his emergency lights. And he was going to get out of the car, and it's a good thing he didn't, or he'd have got run over, because this guy just came darting around him and hit the rear passenger side fender, or driver's side fender of his vehicle. And he went on around him. Well, the detective told me that he pursued this guy out of town across Memorial Bridge, and he said he was running people off the road all the way down through there. And this was the time of day when the traffic was pretty congested. They get to where you exit, I guess I'm going to call it 40, even though it's not, but the road that runs parallel with 321, this guy, again, he has no regard for human life or anything. He's just darting in and out, shoots out in the front of people onto 321. The detective has to go down another exit or two and still has trouble getting out because people aren't yielding to him, and he sees the guy going up Starfar Hill. So he finally gets, and he's in the center lane. Our suspect is just still passing people illegally, and when the detective gets across Starfar Hill to the other side where there's a huge straightaway, he didn't see this guy, and he knew he didn't have time to get that far ahead of him, so he started backtracking. And obviously he couldn't find him, but we did find out later that Mr. Morrow had pulled into Mountain Comp, and he'd hid inside the parking lot amongst other cars because he hit 2 of them. He hit 2 parked cars up there. So right now we're still actively looking for him. He does have his 10-year-old and his 13-year-old daughter with him. And just based on watching the video and his demeanor in that video, we have concerns, of their safety, and that's our number one priority, is to try to get them, to a safe place and put him in jail where he obviously needs to be.
Everything's still there?
No, sir. No.
Why would you have a warrant?
I should not have a warrant.
And you do. Hey! Stop! Stop!
We have active warrants on him here in Kentucky now. Have him entered in the NCIC as a wanted person, and of course he's wanted in Tennessee as well. We haven't had direct contact with one of his girls, but some of the girls that she goes to school with she has texted them. If they were using a cell phone, we'd already know where they were pinging from, but they're apparently using an iPad, and I'm not real up on how that works. How do we know it's them really doing the texting, or if it's the father?
Bryce also told me that he had made contact with the wife, who gave conflicting accounts, saying that Jonathan Morrow had run her off and that she had gone to stay with friends or family. She also told the sheriff that just 2 weeks ago, Morrow had checked himself into a mental institution with mental problems, but was obviously out since. He was seen leaving, according to Detective Jason Dials, who gave pursuit for as long as possible, driving a 2006 Ford 4-door. Now, that's all that the registration says. It was not a sedan, possibly a crossover or smallish SUV, definitely a mint green color, with a license plate number of 570VLB for Victor Lincoln Boy. The Sheriff's Department is eagerly following up any leads and hopes that someone in the public may have seen that vehicle, someone matching this description, or be able to give them some details, as they are fearful for the 2 girls who are in his custody at this time. Montgomery County Board of Education meets tomorrow at 4. I will have, before I leave you tomorrow, their choice for the new superintendent of schools. I'll also have much more on this story because it's a pretty good one, and it's a little bit longer than what I can show you tonight, but we want to make sure we get the announcement out at least that this Saturday at the Combs Airport indeed is going to be a big day. It's time to test, it's time to tune, and time to be the last man standing if you want to take home about $700. It's all part of a drag racing championship series which has begun here in Eastern Kentucky, and it's also a big part of local tourism as well.
Hot Rodders and Race Fans, Saturday, May 28th, Combs Airport, Eastern Kentucky. 2016 Drag Racing Series in conjunction with Mason Coal Incorporated, also Paintsville Prestonsburg Tourism's proud to present Last Man Standing, with thousands up for grabs, 3 different drag racing classes, plus test and tune, inflatables, food and fun, and special guests from the hit TV show Pink's All Out. Rockin' Rob Cherkis will be calling the race. Gates open at 8 a.m., test and tune 11 a.m. Last Man Standing starts at 3 p.m. Where Combs Airport, when Saturday, May 28th. Be there!
And Rockin' Rob is only one of a couple of names, big names, that are going to be there this weekend for the Test and Tune and the Last Man Standing. They're going to break it up into 3 groups of cars based on their performance. And the last one standing at the end of the Test and Tune day gets $700 in each category. It's brought to you by Mason Coal out of Sagersville. Much more on it tomorrow, but it's all part of a series that's already begun, the one you can be a part of beginning this Saturday with a big payout at the end. It's all on a point system, and it's on 3 Kentucky tracks, all unique in their own way.
We'll have 3 different tracks. We got one at Combs, which is a no-prep track, which is our airport that we convert over to a drag race, for the weekend. And then we make it back an airport come Monday morning. And then Pikeville's got a unique system up there in the river field. It's 300 feet. And they start, with a red light, actually, like back in the old days, you used to race from red light to red light. So that's unique. We do an arm drop, and then we move on down to Moorhead, and they've got actually a racetrack. So we thought that'd be kind of cool to have 3 different races, tracks, and combine them into a point series.
Tomorrow we'll talk more about the point series, the tracks, and how it's all laid out. I mean, they've really got it organized. They're going to make it absolutely fair for everyone. They've got rules in place. They got a whole lot of fun things set for this Saturday as well. I'll go through the whole list and how it all kind of came to be when we pick it up right here at the starting line on tomorrow night's show. Be sure and check that out. And be sure and check out Test and Tune and the Last Man Standing event, Rock and Rob, and you never know who else is going to be at Combs this Saturday for a fun day of arm drop racing. Our McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar starts off with a birthday wish. A happy 12th birthday to Amanda Keaton. Love Mom, Dad, brothers, sisters, family, and friends. Happy 12th birthday to you, Amanda. Happy birthday. Don't forget about the all class. That's for anyone who attended any year. Let me back that up. One or all of your high school years at Sayersville High School from the 30s to the 70s. This Saturday starting at 5 o'clock at North McGoffin Elementary. Bring a finger food if you can. Bring a guest, and be sure and join everyone, hundreds of people from all over the country, for this big all-class reunion. The 3rd annual Salyer reunion is this Saturday, 11 to 4 at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center in downtown Sayersville. All family and friends invited. Please bring a covered dish or some drinks if you can. And bring me your announcement, either through the mail, email, Facebook, phone, fax. Drop it off here at the studio. If you've got a birthday, anniversary, or calendar announcement, tell me, and I'll tell everyone else about it. In funeral service announcements, Lou Edith Conley Likens Litton passed away on the 24th, formerly of McGoffin County. She survived here locally by her daughter, Vivian and Carter Conley. Visitation is after 5 o'clock this evening and prior to services tomorrow at 1. All visitation and services from the North Cut and Son Funeral Home in Moorhead, but burial will be here at the Conley Cemetery at Pigeon in Johnson County following services tomorrow, once again at 1 o'clock. By the time I arrived last night at the Tim Bostic Memorial Sports Complex, Johnson Central was already up on Sheldon Clark 9-1, and there will be few highlights. They will be few and far between from that point further. However, we do have a few, and of course, we also have to announce the 57th district champion. 9-1 at the top of the 4th. When I got there, here we are, top of the 5th. Sheldon Clark runners on 2nd and 3rd, a grounder and a sacrifice. That will be Sheldon Clark's 2nd run of the night. Immediately thereafter, Sheldon Clark puts one up and for and out. Another runner tags up, comes across the plate. That's the 3rd and final run for Sheldon Clark. Final score last night would be 9-3. That might be all the highlights I have, but the good news is we get to catch up with both teams next week in the region. My apologies for a short run at that report. Nevertheless, we do have a champion. Johnson Central wins the 57th District Championship with the Girls Championship. First pitch already thrown tonight. It began at 6. We'll talk about what Mother Nature might do to the game after this.